It's happening. Chaos is about to unfold. We're about to be hit by two major events at the same time, and it's going to have implications on you and everyone around you. A powerful solar storm is on its way to Earth today, and just 2 days from now, the sun slips into Taurus. This isn't random. It's not a coincidence. This is cosmic choreography. The Earth's magnetic field is about to get shaken, but so is yours. And Taurus? It's the sign of the body, the bones, the senses, the real. So when celestial chaos collides with grounded Earth energy, that's not just astrology. That's spiritual conditioning through physical intensity. And if you've been wondering why people suddenly come to you with their problems, keep watching. Because there's one powerful reason why this is happening right now, and it's way deeper than you think. I'll break it down soon, so keep watching. But that's just the surface, because nobody is prepared for what's about to take place. This is going to affect you. Doesn't matter if you're a Taurus or not. You need to be aware of what's unfolding, because if you're not, there could be consequences you won't see coming. This solar storm isn't just something happening out there in space. And the sun moving into Taurus? That's not just a seasonal shift either. These two events are working together, and they're using you as part of the process. It's like the universe is sending one wave to shake things up, and another to ground you right after. But here's the twist. You're not just watching this happen, you're being pulled into it. This moment is more powerful than most people realize. The storm is so strong, there's a chance we'll see auroras tonight in places that never see them. This energy is already changing the way you move, the way you connect, even the way others respond to you, whether you notice it or not. And beneath it all, something deeper is forming. And beneath it all, something deeper is forming. And what happens next could shift how you show up for the rest of this season, and possibly much longer. So don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. You're not falling apart, you're rehearsing how to hold it all together. Lately, people have been waking up uneasy, not because something happened during the day, but because of what they saw at night. The dreams are getting intense, the kind where you're rushing through an airport and miss the flight. Or you're on a bridge that suddenly collapses under your feet. You're late. You're lost. You forgot something important. You're trying to fix something, and it keeps breaking. And you wake up with that lingering feeling like something went wrong, but you don't know what. This isn't just stress, and it's definitely not random. These dreams are sensory simulations, because as the sun prepares to move into Taurus, the sign that lives in the nervous system, the senses, and the survival body, your subconscious is responding in its own way. Taurus doesn't just whisper, "Slow down." It throws you into an alternate timeline and says, "Now let's see what you do when the ground disappears beneath you." But here's the twist no one talks about. Your spirit is rehearsing safety. It's running simulations of failure and collapse, so that in real life, you can learn to anchor yourself in chaos. Every time you feel panic in a dream, your body learns how to survive it without actually living through it. This is next-level spiritual training. It's not about warning you of disaster. It's about strengthening your calm. Ever feel like you have two totally different personalities right now? One moment you're on the phone, spilling your soul to someone you barely know. The next, your best friend asks if you're okay, and you just say, "I'm fine," and completely shut down. It's confusing, it's exhausting. It's like you want to be understood so badly, and also want to disappear at the same time. This push and pull isn't just emotional, it's energetic. Your system is flipping between exposure and defense, oversharing and silence, not because you're unstable, but because your soul is trying to locate safety. Taurus energy is all about the throat, It rules the voice. But not just any voice, the honest one. So right now, everything is testing whether your words are received or rejected. Your body is asking, is it finally safe to be real here? This isn't about whether you're talking too much or too little. It's about where you're speaking from and who is actually listening. So if you feel like you can't open up yet, don't force it. But if something inside is aching to come out, don't ignore that either. Because the point of this season isn't just expression, it's regulation. It's learning how to share without self-abandoning, and how to stay quiet without collapsing inward. And somewhere between the silence and the floodgates, that's where the real transformation is waiting. You're not lazy. You're craving a version of safety your soul never had. Lately, comfort has started to feel like an obsession. You're craving softness, warmth, familiar music, a certain meal from childhood, a scent you didn't even know you missed until it hit you in the middle of the day. This isn't random, it's Taurus. When the sun prepares to anchor itself into this earth sign, our bodies start whispering, "Please, just make me feel safe again." But here's what no one tells you. These aren't just cravings. They're spiritual alarms. Taurus doesn't just govern comfort. It governs what you turn to when the world feels unsafe. Food, touch, money, nature, nostalgia, all of it becomes a portal back to yourself. But be careful, because comfort can be medicine or it can be a trap. There's a point where the need for safety becomes a fear of growth, where the blanket becomes a wall, where rest becomes avoidance. Taurus teaches us how to root ourselves, but not to stay buried. The body wants calm, but the soul wants movement. So if you're suddenly obsessed with finding a cozy escape, ask yourself, is this healing me, or is this hiding me? Because during this season, comfort isn't just a desire, it's a message. You're being asked to rewrite the meaning of home. It was never about the money. It was about what you were willing to trade yourself for. Everyone's feeling the shift. For some, it's financial stress out of nowhere. For others, it's this low-key but constant feeling that your time is being drained. Your energy isn't being respected. Your worth is being questioned. This is Taurus energy, but it's not just about wealth. It's about value. Not what's in your wallet, what's in your boundaries. This season will test you. Not in some vague, you're being challenged way. In specific, quiet, piercing ways. You'll get invitations to overextend yourself. To say yes when your gut says no. To give love where it's not reciprocated. To invest energy where there's no return. And every time you say yes to something unworthy of you, the universe will respond with a slow, grinding heaviness. Because Taurus doesn't explode, it pressures. This is a cosmic audit. Where are you spending your life force? And is it giving anything back? You may feel like the universe is suddenly slamming doors shut. Plans fall through. People ghost you. Opportunities vanish. But you're not being punished. You're being protected. The no you're hearing isn't rejection. It's redirection toward what values you back. This is the moment to ask yourself, if everything I gave my time to disappeared today, would I still feel worthy? Because over the next few weeks, the universe isn't asking if you can survive scarcity. It's asking if you remember your value before anyone else gives it to you. You think you're building a life, but are you just building a routine that's killing your spark? Right now, you might be clinging to a sense of stability. Maybe it's a job that pays the bills, a routine that feels familiar, or a lifestyle that looks steady on the outside. You tell yourself it's smart, it's safe, it's what responsible people do. But there's a quiet tension underneath it all, and it's getting harder to ignore. Taurus energy makes us want to protect what we've built. It teaches patience, loyalty, and groundedness. But the shadow side of that is staying loyal to things that no longer feel right. You're not avoiding change because you're lazy. You're avoiding it because part of you fears wasting the time, energy, or love you've already invested. This is where the illusion begins. What you're calling stability might actually be slow, spiritual erosion. You keep showing up for things that no longer nourish you, convincing yourself it's temporary, that you'll make a shift when the timing's better. But if you're honest, you've been saying that for a while now. This season wants to challenge that pattern. Taurus doesn't demand fast moves or reckless decisions, but it does ask for honest ones. If you've outgrown something, if the comfort is turning into numbness, you feel it. And if the plan you're following no longer lights you up, it's okay to question it. Not everything needs to be burned down, but some parts of your life might need to be gently, courageously reimagined. The longer you pretend it's fine, the heavier it gets. So ask yourself, are you building a life that's truly yours? Or are you just maintaining something that stopped serving you a long time ago? Your life isn't lacking. It's just asking you to define abundance on your terms. This is the moment where you may start noticing cracks. A bill doesn't go through. A payment is late. A job doesn't call back. You look around, and suddenly everything feels not quite enough. You start comparing their house, their relationship, their success. This is the Taurus test, because Taurus doesn't just rule abundance, it rules perceived worth. And every year, this season comes in like a mirror. It shows you your money wounds, your fears about having or losing, your silent agreements with lack. And the question it asks is brutal in its simplicity. Would you still feel whole, even if nothing improved? Not because you won't receive more, but because the universe wants to know, do you trust that you're already worthy? Enoughness isn't earned, it's remembered. The truth is, most people don't feel not enough because they lack something. They feel it because they forgot how to see what they have. So if things start to fall apart this week, don't panic. Don't assume you're going backwards. This is your alignment test. The universe is rearranging your relationship with value, stripping away what doesn't serve, delaying the things that aren't meant for you, and gently, or not so gently, guiding you back to truth. You don't need more to be enough. You need to remember who you were before the world convinced you that you weren't. The calm you've been forced to build is becoming your superpower. Remember earlier, when I said there's a reason people are suddenly coming to you with their problems? Not just venting, but really leaning, telling you things they haven't told anyone, seeking you out without knowing why. Well, this is that moment. The moment it all clicks. This isn't just about being the strong one. It's about how your frequency has changed. Without effort, without performance, without some big announcement, something inside of you has quietly stabilized, and the world is sensing it. Because here's the truth nobody talks about. Groundedness isn't loud, it's magnetic. And after everything you've been through, your storms, your nights on the edge, your quiet unravelings, you've built something within yourself that doesn't shake so easily anymore. You didn't ask for this role, but life gave you the training, and now it's revealing the reason. Taurus energy is ruled by the earth. It's about roots, substance, and stillness. And right now, you are becoming the embodiment of that. Not because you're perfect, but because you've become anchored in a world that's still spinning out. People sense they can be themselves around you, even when they're falling apart. Not because you always know what to say, but because you don't judge their mess. And that alone, that makes you rare. You're not just holding space, you're becoming the space where others remember who they are. And that's leadership in its highest form. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.